Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with black and white trim, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Houma, Louisiana. He weighed in at the middleweight limit of 160 pounds even, with a record of 22 wins, 2 losses. He has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the challenger, the IBF #1 ranked middleweight contender. Here is Robert, armed and dangerous, Allen. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion. On my left, fighting out of the red corner, he is wearing black trunks with gold trim and hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at a trim and ready 159 pounds. His record stands at 34 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 8th defense of his title. Please welcome the IBF middleweight champion of the world, Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins. Once again, our referee in charge, Mills Lane, now to give instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, both corners. Look here. Now look, over here, step back a little bit. Step back a little bit, please. Now, if he goes right there, I'm not going to call it low. All right, if he goes right there, I'm not going to call it low. You've been through the instructions one time. I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger? The champion. Let's get it on.
They always take charge referee Mills Lane, who has his own syndicated court show on TV these days. We take a look at Bernard Hopkins, inactive 207 days, exactly the same as Allen. His last fight January 31st. Not what you call a blazing fast starter, but in short time he can heat it up, get busy, as he's ready to take on the #1 contender, Robert Allen. Hopkins' major assets are conditioning and combination punching. And here we go. The champion, Bernard Hopkins, wearing the black trunks, and the challenger, Robert Allen, in the red. Allen, once homeless in LA, lived in a downtown community known as Tent City. He was befriended by a couple who more or less adopted him. Then at 19, he joined the Marines. He's worked his way all the way up to #1.
You know, Steve, both of these fighters are excellent counterpunchers that will lay in wait for you. So this could be real boring at the start. Each one waiting for the other to make a move, commit themselves to a mistake. And there you see it. It's a little bit boring right away.
Bertie Hopkins said he wanted to blow Allen away. Is he taking Allen perhaps a little too lightly and looking ahead to fights perhaps with Roy Jones or Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah, I think he's got this one in the bag already. I think he's one of these kind of guys that says, yeah, this guy can't stand here with me. Let's look forward and see what we get on with Jones or somebody else in another category. But I think he's got a lot on his plate right now, and he's going to have to prove something to Allen to win.
Hopkins about a 4-1 favorite coming in. Allen said he wanted to counterpunch all night long, as Bobby mentioned. Every time Hopkins throws his right, Allen says he'll throw the left. And keys could be speed and outside boxing. Allen is a southpaw, but he is a natural righty, so he does have power in both hands.
You know, his right uppercut is excellent, and his right hook's not bad either. There you saw sort of a looping roundhouse left. Not very effective, but it sounded good.
Yeah, it landed on a glove, but I mean, he's got to feel that. I mean, that landed on a glove flush. He's got to feel something.
Hopkins' head will be exposed, and he'll take advantage, according to Robert Allen. He told that to us in our meeting yesterday. He said from viewing tapes he's noticed that. We'll see if that comes to fruition.
And there was Bernard Hopkins just there with a big right hand to the body, making good his prediction that body work will be a factor.
Hopkins laughing at Allen after that straight left hand, taunting him a little bit. Wild swing and a miss there by Allen. Allen told us his southpaw style will be a major factor.
Now, Bobby has pointed out that right jab is a feel-out round. You've seen it all of this round. It's just exactly what Bobby said. Feels out, not trying to hurt you with the jab, just trying to find you and then zing the left hand. You know better than that.
Well, Robert Allen just gave him 2 shoulders. He slammed his shoulder up in Hopkins' face a little bit. He got cute, and that's something that was way too blatant.
Yeah, you can't get away with that with Mills Lane. You know better than that. Stop that.
We approach the final 20 seconds of the opening round.
All Hardly anything to pick from in this round. Both of them feeling out. No one landing anything serious.
A relatively uneventful first round as we head for the bell. Well, Robert Allen gets very emotional when he talks about his late trainer, Abdul Malik Muhammad. You saw the picture earlier. He was killed this past May by a drunk driver. Muhammad, whose Christian name was King Solomon, was out for an evening jog when his life was cut short.
I relationship with Malik Muhammad. I can feel him in my heart, in my mind, and I feel him all around me. Every time I think about this fight and I close my eyes, I can see a picture of his face. So he's right there with me. But his absence is totally felt. He helped me get to this point. Well, I got the tattoo because, you know, he's with me in my heart, and I know he'd always be with me, and it's just something I want to dedicate to him. I just felt like it was the right thing to do. It was what I wanted to do. My momentum to him so he could always be with me.
Robert Allen overcome with emotion. Malik Muhammad only 50 when he died a senseless death. He was much more than a trainer to Allen. He was also a father figure and a mentor. The new trainer for Robert Allen, the veteran Pepe Correa, who trained Lennox Lewis, Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm sure you know the name.
I'll tell you what, the first round, there's a big feeling out round for both sides. Now they go back to the corner. That's where the adjustments will be made. You will see some action this round. I'd be willing to bet on it.
You saw it already. It just started and the action picked up. I mean, you could tell from the booing, nothing happened that first round.
No, I had the score after the first round 0-0.
I got it, Bobby. Same thing.
Not much happened.
Well, we're in agreement on an even round, which is unusual for Bobby and unusual for me. I don't like to get even rounds, but man, there was nothing to pick from.
Great right hand there by Hopkins.
That was mostly blocked by Allen, but I'll tell you what, they're both now looking to do a little more offense and a lot less defense.
Yeah, Hopkins came right down the pike with that one, right straight down. It was partially blocked, but it was a good shot.
Hopkins, trim fit, well-defined body, very strong physically and mentally. Strength is usually the overriding factor. Very aggressive. Relies mainly on his power. 26 knockouts and 34 wins. Confident, commanding, conditioned, consistent. He's a busy fighter for the most part, but not really overwhelming with one thing. Generally likes to put on the pressure.
The double and triple jab for Allen has worked 2 or 3 times, and yet he's not doing enough of it. There's not a lot of energy being expended here. The pace is very slow. He's got the time and he's got the energy to pump that jab, fire the left hand down the middle to the head or body. That looks like it'll be effective, at least right now.
Allen says he's been preparing for this fight for about a year. It's been on his mind a long time.
Things getting dirty. Things are getting dirty. Look at that. That's laces in the face. No good.
Robert Allen rubbing the laces into the face of Bernard Hopkins.
Do a better job than that, okay? Come on, let's go. Come on.
Well, you can see that neither one are intimidated by the other, and they're trying to show a little down and dirty to show that, hey, you're in here with a man.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that in-your-face kind of thing to show who's boss, but right now, no one has the bragging right to that.
Both of them are landing, not solidly, but starting to open this fight up.
Allen's people feel that those gym wars in Philadelphia have taken their toll on Hopkins, but Hopkins said he stopped the gym wars. And he's going to start taking it out on his opponents during the fights.
Gym wars are the most senseless thing that ever happened to Philadelphia fighters. They ruin more fighters than anybody else in boxing.
All right, now. Close it down. You close it. They ain't got nothing. They don't have a thing for you, son. Nothing at all. Nothing for you. Nothing for you. Close in. Close in. All right? Close in. Rip them double shots in the body. Rip them in the body.
All right, let's take a look at that slip that was really, truly a slip. It wasn't a knockdown. It didn't count because Mills Lane's right on top of it. But you can see, look, he's maneuvered down, as we always see in left-handed fighters. And Bobby?
Well, you know, on the inside, these guys are both trying to get a little extra. And here's you see the lace. He's just shoving it right in Bernard's face, is Robert Allen. And that's a clear lace. I don't know if he meant to lace him as much as he meant to push his face as if to say in your face, but either way, that's not going to last a long time because Mills Lane will start taking points away immediately.
Well, perhaps Allen trying to get Hopkins upset, take him out of his game plan. Here we go into round 3, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Middleweight Championship.
Up to this point, certainly no one's taken command, and certainly the champion has not shown himself to be a 4-1 favorite in this. They're just even. They're going right down evenly, with Allen doing a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit more pushing and making the fight.
Well, at this pace, the fight clearly goes to a decision unless somebody gets hit with a one-punch shot, because there's not a lot of combinations. There's not a lot of clean punches being landed. Very slow as far as energy outlays.
Oh, look at this. Look at it. Pure wrestling stuff. Pure wrestling. Oh, Mills has got his hands filled today.
Well, things getting a little out of hand now here in round 3. Holding, pushing, shoving.
Robert Allen on the inside is holding on a little too strong, a little too hard, I think. He should counter a little more and not worry about Bernard's hands. Keep his defense tight and counter. He's got the quicker hands. Bernard a little bit the heavier puncher.
Both are guilty of holding and hitting.
It's getting to be a dirty fight. I mean, this is dirty on the inside. Low blow, very low blow by Allen, but on the other side of Mills. Didn't see it.
That was mid-thigh.
Yeah, he didn't see it. Mills did not see it.
Watch on the inside when they go together in a clinch. Allen seems to be connecting with uppercuts.
Allen right now the busier. He's dictating the fight. He's going after him, but it's not by any means a clear-cut majority. He's just going after him.
He's not necessarily the effective aggressor all the time, but right now he's forcing the fight.
It didn't look like, you know, we said that the Executioner comes slowly to the fight. Well, it's the 3rd round. He better start heating up, getting a little can of Sterno under him, because this other guy's getting very, very brave. Allen's getting brave.
Allen's corner said that you just can't let Hopkins take the lead. Got to take control of the fight, and so far Allen's been successful.
Well, you know what? I think both of them right now maybe have just a little too much respect for the other's punching power, because they're moving and flinching at every body move, every body movement, and you know that's a way to waste a lot of energy.
Here's a good straight left hand by the challenger. Robert Allen was partially blocked by the gloves of Hopkins, but got his point across.
And he got Hopkins driven into the ropes where he stayed. If he had wanted to attack him, if Allen had wanted to, he was there for him, but Allen thought the best of it.
Little quick sneak attack there, straight right hand that got through by the champion Hopkins. Good counter punch with the overhand right by Allen. Top of the head.
Yep, right behind the ear on top of the head. That does not feel good.
Right now, Allen's taking just a little bit of the momentum in the fight. He's being the effective aggressor for the majority of the round. Neither have really landed clean punches, but I think right now, based on the aggressive nature, it's an Allen round.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Final seconds of round 3. Well, a reminder, Evander Holyfield defends his